Okay, hi and hello. It's time to go back to playthrough from Gran Turismo 2 and also pass few one make events that we have in this game. So, let's start with something nice like checking out my home garage in order to find something good for the next event that I'll have. Okay, I guess it's not here because I have few show versions like this one. Okay, there goes one version. Celica concept car from 1999. But I guess I'll have to buy a different model of Celica. Because what I have today is set of one make events for Toyota and Mitsubishi manufacturers. And we have strange one make races because as you can see, today I have Celica meeting, Starlet meeting, MRS trophy, only for MRS, not MR2. We also have Toyota Altezza Cup and Vitz trophy. So they are kind of different than in Gran Turismo 3 and Gran Turismo 4 and so on. So we need to buy Toyota Celica SS2 from 1999. We have Super Strut package, but it really doesn't matter. Now that we have this perfect car, we can go and use tune-up. We can make this car perfect. Well, something that might be a better version of TRD. Or maybe even try to make something similar to GT300. If it's possible. Also, this is the first part of one make events. So I will have a chance to check out if these cars needs full tune-up or you just can leave some parts untouched. Let's check out any tune-ups. Not much to say about them. That's bad. Let's see if we can buy turbo kits for this Toyota Celica. Nope, sadly this model is not available to tune up with turbo, so we need to buy stage 2. I don't want to lose all my money on stage 3 that barely gets us 30 horsepower. Okay, we have transmission. I don't need that. I'll definitely need triple plate clutch for faster gear changing. We also have limited slip, differential, flywheels, also a good decision to buy them. Carbon propeller shaft. I can't buy this. That's pretty bad. Tires. I'll have to buy racing tires. Racing cards will be perfect. Seed racing modification. Can resemble Toyota Wet Sport Celica GT300. But okay, lightweight. Stage 1. Stage 2. I will need to buy all 3 stages to afford racing modification, so that's pretty important. And that's probably all the stuff that I'll have to get for now. Now let's start Celica meeting. We have normal style and racing style on a random course. So we don't get enough money, but if I would not have to sell all cars I have in my garage by now, then we'll be perfect. Okay, so we have this race on Apricot Hill Speedway. Well, this Toyota is very fast. Looks like this normal style race is not very difficult. At last it's not looking like this. Alright, so I have reversed Apricot Hill Speedway and I'll have to drive pretty fast. Opponent probably have some modifications, or just an opponent that's racing with me is ST205 with 4-wheel drive frame. Who knows, that might be true. Okay. Pick up first place, there goes second lap. Even though I have front wheel drive train, I can still drive very fast. So winning this race is not difficult at all. I'm just not sure about the racing style even, because opponents might have very fast cars. That might be a little problem for me. So I will have to check it out. Now the only opponent behind me is Toyota Celica in white color. It's probably that 4-wheel drive version. Okay. See the results. Turns out we don't have any ST205, but we have Toyota Celica GT4 from 1995. What? Oh, okay. That was the one. Save the game file just in case. We don't get any prize cars. during this one make event, and we need to spend a lot of cash on this stuff. So let's go to the second race, the racing style. Okay, so I have a trophy. Now it's time to buy a racing modification for this car, if it's available at all. And now we have racing modified Toyota Celica. And we can pass another event. Well, another race from this event, Racing Style Celica Meeting. And this race takes place on Ciel Circuit full course. Okay. We have a lot of rally cars in this event, and again reversed version of racetrack. As you can see, we have many rally cars. Maybe a few of them looks similar to GT300 versions or something similar. Somebody had the same racing livery. I had a feeling that someone might have this wet sport version acquired. Guess not. Okay, I can't say that it would be very difficult, but I have a strange feeling that this opponent tried to get this first place unfairly. I might do that as well, because I don't care. And also a nice fun fact, I had the Super Strut package because I was sure that concept version I have in my garage don't have a racing modification. However, we have the same body kit as this concept version. Probably that concept version looks like a road version of a race car. I know how strange it sounds. Okay, not the same like in Gran Turismo 3. Road distance is pretty low. Okay, I had few accidents, but I can still get away from them. and just drive fast to the finish line. And the race is over. I have first place. That was a pretty nice race. Okay, not much to see here. Save the game file. So the next event I'll have is Starlet Meeting. Luckily, I only have normal race, not racing style one. So let's go there. Okay, no chances to get a prize car. That's pretty bad. But I have a chance to acquire Starlet Gran. Oh, my bad. I didn't have... Yeah, I had a chance to get this car. Toyota Starlet Gran. Sure, it have only 130 PS, 130 horsepower, weighs about 920 kilograms, but it's not a bad car. It should be an interesting one, so let's give it a try. First thing I'll need to do is buy a racing muffler and air cleaner. Also, I'll need to check out if I can afford turbo to this car. Can I? Sure, but only stage 1. Stage 1 and stage 2. Not the best thing, but at least I can have a lot of horsepower. Now the only important thing I'll have to get is ROM tuning. Everything else is just fine, because for Starlet Meeting I don't need to acquire a racing modification, but for Amara's Trophy I'll have to sell some cars. So, Starlet Meeting, I can only afford 3000 credits or 300,000 Japanese credits. Let's see what we can have here. Okay, this race takes place on Red Rock Valley. That's pretty nice. So I am racing in Toyota Starlet Gran, but we also have Toyota Starlet 3-door, this pretty old one. And 2 laps on Red Rock Valley, and almost all Starlets Gran have red color. Only this one had something like mix of purple and blue. I have a turbo kit, so I don't need to worry about these opponents. I'll just need to drive fast and don't make any mistakes, as always. Okay. Looks like I don't have any problems with them. I'll have to slow down here to avoid cutting the grass and going into the sand. Oops. I was going too fast through this long hairpin. Okay, even though I had few problems and I had a strange feeling that I might lose this race, it turned out pretty good and I won it. Turns out I wasn't driving Gran V, but I don't care. I have Gran V on the body kit, so that might mean something. Okay, so let's see where else I can go. For MRS trophy, luckily I have a nice car, but one way or another I'll have to sell one of these race cars I have, but I will need them. So I'll need to go to my home garage and make some cleaning up. Okay, so now I am in my home garage and I will have to sell some of useless cars I have in my collection, like Opel Tigra Ice Race car, Suzuki Scudo, and anything else that would not be available at all. Even though I could keep these rally cars, I really need to spare some money for these cars I have on my mind. Also, I can sell this Honda Takata NSX, because even if I would race in Gran Turismo World League or any endurance race, I would not have a chance to use it at all. So, I got a good feeling about using Toyota MRS concept car, but for this MRS trophy you need to use Toyota MRS S edition. Yes, that's the only car you can use there. And here it is. That's pretty bad, because I had a good feeling about this concept car, and also I did like this car much more. Any turbo kits? Here we have turbo kits. We can even afford stage 2 of turbo. That's good. No intercoolers. That's bad. And racing tires. Because why not? Also, because I'm curious, we have two versions of racing modification. Not very bad, but it don't resembles anything. I'm not sure if any GT300 car with this racing livery even existed. One way or another, we have MRS trophy. I can only guess that it will take place on Special Stage Route 5. Maybe not. Okay, so again we have Red Rock Valley. You can really feel this car is very fast. After this, luckily I only have Altezza Cup, Beach Trophy, and then I can move on to Mitsubishi brand to check out some of their stuff. Probably only Mirage Cup and Evolution Meeting just like in Gran Turismo 4, but I don't really care about that. Alright, that race was too easy. And I had over 6 seconds of lead distance. Too bad. Race only for S editions. But what can I do? Okay, save the game file. I'm only curious about this Altezza Cup and its trophy, because I'm sure that Gran Turismo 2 don't have RS 1.5, only have its F and Euro Edition. Whatever. Right now I have Altezza Cup, so let's buy Altezza RS200 and have some fun. Okay, for Altezza Cup we have normal style and racing style, so I will have to get some money for modifications. First of all, let's buy this one, Toyota Altezza RS200, and acquire blue color. Okay, that's pretty nice. We can get almost 400 PS. Thanks to that, this car can be very fast, and that's why I like this engine. Racing hard tires, and also lightweight. Check out racing modification. Looks similar. I can argue, I really like these racing liveries. So let's go to the Altezza Cup and pass first race. This race takes place on test course. Well, nice random course. Okay, looks like I have 3 blue Altezzas in a row. Well, it will be very funny. I bet that all opponents drive RS200 and no Lexus IS. I mean IS 200, this slower one. If I'm not mistaken, IS 200 had 6-cylinder engine made by Toyota, and this car I have 4-cylinder engine made by Yamaha. That's good. This race is very boring because I'm racing on a test course. The only thing I'll have to worry about is not make a fail through these long hairpins. Okay, I won this race. What a surprise! We also have one Lexus IS200 and slower Altezza. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, time to buy this racing modification and pass another race from the Altezza Cup. Okay, so let's modify this car a bit more. Okay, so now I have racing style. So let's buy these modifications. This one looks just perfect. And this race takes place on Rome circuit full course. That's nice. At least we might have some corners here. Okay, so we have racing modified Toyota Altezza, but we also have few net versions. I guess these net versions came from IS200 rather than Lexus IS. I have a perfect lead distance. And this racing modification is just perfect with these racing hard tires. Alright. This race is a bit more satisfying, but I'm just taking the first place and driving past the finish line. Sounds simple as can be. Okay, so in racing style we have this special Aldezza 280T. Okay, that's nice. Very nice. I really like this. Okay, now we have Vitz Trophy and few events for Mitsubishi. Let's give it a try. Maybe I can pass them without any problems. Okay, so I got this Altezza Cup passed. Now it's time for something different. Now it's time for Vitz Trophy. For this I'll have to buy a different vehicle. Sadly we don't have too much cars when it comes to Toyota Vitz, because we can only afford Vitz F. Probably there would be a Euro edition, but no such luck. We can only afford something like this. Whatever, at least I can modify this car and make sure that it will be usable. Just to be sure, you can always check out used car lineup, but there are no old Toyota Vitz or Yaris. Okay, so we need to buy this muffler and air cleaner, because this vehicle have front wheel drive train. I have a good feeling about buying a better suspension. We can buy fully customizable one. That's a good thing. What else we have? Turbo kit, because thanks to this we can afford a lot of horsepower. No more than 200, but it's enough. It's not the same as in Gran Turismo 3, where I had chance to make Toyota Yaris, that Euro edition, from 86 horsepower. I got it modified to almost 250, and it was a good machine. Whatever, I have this computer chip, so I can afford perfect 183 horsepower. Now it's time to use lightweight, because I can be pretty sure that racing modification will be a little expensive. But thanks to this lightweight carrying out, I can afford a fast vehicle. Sure, the gearbox ain't gonna be perfect, but it's not good anyway. So, we have its trophy. Normal style and racing one. Let's start with the normal style. Okay, so we have Seattle short course. That's good to know. So I take it that in Gran Turismo 2 we only have Toyota Yaris, Toyota Vitz F version. There is no European edition from 2000, probably the reason. And also in 2000 we had RS 1.5. That's pretty sad. I really like this Toyota Vitz. To be honest, if I wouldn't drive something worse, I might have a chance to buy Toyota Vitz. Just to go to work and don't care about anything. Not such a bad vehicle when it comes to driving to work for the city. These modifications I applied to it, it's also a nice fast car. I really like this vehicle. Such a shame that Gran Turismo 2 have Seattle short course, but this track didn't even came back in Gran Turismo 3, nor in Gran Turismo 4 or even Gran Turismo PSP. That's pretty bad. Okay. Oop. I had a lot of modifications applied to this vehicle. Opponents just can't keep up. That's perfect. This one make event will be pretty simple. Okay, now we just need to take this last hairpin and drive fast to the finish line. Then I can buy racing modification, which was supposed to be in Gran Turismo 3 probably, but it didn't happen. So I'll finally have a Vitz trophy, but rather than Gran Turismo 3, here we can have racing modification for this Toyota Vitz. As you can see, we only have Toyota Vitz F. Okay, I have first place, and this race was pretty simple but also exciting. Save the game. Okay, so it's time to buy racing modification and move to the next race in this World Make event. Alright, so this is the last race that we have here. Let's buy this racing modification. That's nice. I can't say that I really like this racing modification, but it's not so bad. Have few similarities to these racing ones in Gran Turismo 3. Alright, so it's time for racing style. It will be interesting. And final race for Toyota is on Laguna Seca Raceway. Now I have a perfect Vitz trophy. There is one thing that I really like in Gran Turismo 2. You can have race modified vehicle out of a simple vehicle. In Gran Turismo 3 we did not have such luck, but there were enough touring and race cars to have some fun. Well, that was a Gran Turismo 2. something have to be different, but few ideas were scrapped later. Well, that won't happen. Even though we are now racing with modified Toyota Vitz, I am still very fast. I'm keeping them, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds away from me. Okay, that was perfect. And I won all one make events for Toyota. Yeah, let's save the game file. And I will have to go to probably used car lineup, but I'm not so sure, to buy myself Mitsubishi Mirage. And maybe Mitsubishi Lancer Revolution 4 or 5. Because we have about 3 races for Mitsubishi brand. Okay, so I have all events for Toyota passed. Now it's time to move on to Mitsubishi and check out what they have. They only have Mirage Cup and Evolution Meeting. Evolution Meeting doesn't include race modified vehicles, but Mirage Cup have both styles. Okay, so I will need to afford a nice vehicle. Let's see what we have. We have Mitsubishi FTO, we have Mitsubishi Galant, have Mitsubishi Lancer Revolution 5, Mitsubishi Minica, that's interesting. And then we have Mitsubishi Mirage, Cyborg ZR, ST ZR, and probably ST RXR. Let's check out all these versions. This one looks just like Mitsubishi Charisma. 175 horsepower. This is the same, just a different body kit. And we also have Cyborg. It's a bit lighter and this is a hatchback, not a sedan. Okay, guess I could try this. Let's get this blue color. We also have Mitsubishi Pajero Mini, but I'm not so sure it will be usable at all. Let's see if we can afford racing modification. We actually can. Ralliart livery, just like in Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 4, driven by Toy Makinen. This livery is pretty popular in Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 2. You can actually get a Mitsubishi FTO with this livery. And to be honest, in Gran Turismo 1 it looks perfectly. We can't afford any turbo kits. That's bad. I hope that NA tune-up would be perfect. Sadly, no. Only 217 horsepower. But we also have computer chip and I can dispose of some useless stuff in this car. Okay, I bought this muffler and air cleaner. It's time to buy racing tires. And dispose of all the useless stuff. I guess that's all we have to buy. So let's start Mirage Cup and check out how fast I can go. We have ROM set at night. That's something nice and different. I can't really remember when I was racing at ROM night. So we have 2 laps. Engine sound is different, possibly because of this NA tune-up. But I can say that this Cyborg ZR is not a bad vehicle. Of course, we had in Europe Mitsubishi Colt, and it was equipped with 1.4 or 1.6, I'm not sure which one is here. Possibly 1.6 or 1.8. That's why we have 170 horsepower. Or maybe there were different engines. I don't know. But this Cyborg ZR is a completely different vehicle. The fast one. Okay, I've made a little mistake. Yeah, I was racing on this track only a few times. I'm discounting this license exam I had. Instead of arcade mode, I only had 1 or 2 occasions to drive here. And I can honestly say that this track is very difficult when you don't know this track at all. Midfield Raceway, Apricot Hill, Special Stage Route. All of these tracks I know because I played Gran Turismo 1, Gran Turismo 3, or Gran Turismo 4. I even got the PSP version. I should buy myself Gran Turismo 6 or Gran Turismo Sport later on, but I'm not so sure when I will make a playthrough from this game. from these two games. I will probably have to take something else, and probably I will start making playthrough from Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 6. Gran Turismo 7 would be finished by then. This time I had a chance to check out, because like in Gran Turismo 4 Prologue, memorizing the course, you have 2 laps, one is for memorizing and 2 is for a quick test, how fast you can go. That hairpin was very easy. Nobody had a chance to pass through me. I can cut this hairpin because I don't care. And I have first place. Not much else to say. Okay, I get it. Asti from 96 is that version from Gran Turismo 1. In Gran Turismo 2 we had kinda different ones. That's a nice Easter egg for all Gran Turismo fans. Okay, let's save the game file. For this racing style, event, I will have to buy a better suspension. Alright, so let's buy some modifications and check out the next track. Alright, so I need to spend some money. Fully customizable suspension. It's what I need. And racing modification, because I can afford that. So it's time for the final showdown when it comes to Mitsubishi Mirage. And again we have Laguna Seca Raceway. What a coincidence. Okay, that's a good thing I bought this Cyborg ZR, because some of these modifications are horrible. One car looks just like a Falcon modification, and one kind of reminds me of this Castrol green-black scheme. Sure, this version I got is not perfect either, but at least I have rally art. And I have some similarities to these uh, Mitsubishi Lancers that were driven by Tommy McKinnon. As the downside of driving a front-wheel drive car, you really need to learn where to brake and where by taking these corners and hairpins. Okay, pretty easy. These one-make events are pretty easy if you know how to modify your car. Here's hoping I can afford Lancer Evolution 4, because this is my most favorite Lancer Evolution in Gran Turismo. Is out of Lancer Evolution 7, that is. Okay. Save the game file again. Okay. Time to move to Evolution Meeting. Okay, so we only have this one race. Sadly, when it comes to new cars, we only have Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 RS or GSR. So I will have to check out Used Car Championship. They have GTOs, they have one Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 4 GSR or Evolution 5 RS. Guess I'll have to buy this one. Luckily we have Pyrenees black color, so that's a perfect one. Okay, time to buy some good stuff for it, while we still have some cash in our pocket. Turbo kit is what we really need to buy. Again, only stage 3, but we can afford perfect 400 PS. That's perfect. I don't need intercoolers. Computer chip. Drivetrain. No, not transmission. This one we have would be perfect. Triple plate clutch. Flywheel racing. And perfect suspension. Here we have only sports and semi-racing. Here we have fully customizable one. And of course what we need the most. Racing hard tires. Check out racing modification. That's right. We have the same car as in Gran Turismo 1. That's how this rally car exists in Gran Turismo 2. In Gran Turismo 4 we finally had separated car. Okay, that's all I needed to get for this vehicle. So it's time for final race in today's episode. And we have a race on Clubman Stage Road 5. That's perfect. I have almost fully modified Mitsubishi Lancer Revolution 6. I can afford some good speed, even though there were no chances to afford Mitsubishi Lancer Revolution 1, 2 or 3. This Evolution 4 is enough. And this is the Lancer Revolution that I love. If I would have enough cash, I would buy myself instead of Subaru Impreza 22B. This is perfect. This race was very easy and very short. But that was a good ending to today's episode. I passed all one-make events for Toyota and Mitsubishi brand. Okay. So I will not have any prize cars, so I can just save the game file and just finish this episode. What else I have? For the next one make events, I will have to buy different cars, sell some more useless ones, and that will be okay. So this is the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one and have a nice day.